Hi Pisces, this is your channel messages for the 31st of March. Jesus Christ, we made it one day shy of April. Joke's on you, motherfuckers. Shabbat shalom, motherfuckers. What's up? My name, no, I'm joking. Anyways, Pisces, hi, we're back up and live, thankfully. Yes, you cannot stop God's children. God will always find a way for his children, Pisces. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into your reading. Before I do that, I have to play mother or father in this situation. Mike Tyson, come to the front and center for this reading. Mike Tyson, I want to ask you a question. How you mean for tell me say your son want to go into boxing and you're telling your son you were raised in private school? That don't matter. You don't see your son want to be like you. Also, he's a guy, he's not a girl. We want him to go school and people be like, oh, so Mike Tyson is your dad? So do you box? No. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to medical school? Be a doctor? Brody, at some point, Mike Tyson, you are going to be in a position where you don't have use of your legs anymore or your hands. Just like how you were stunting on Muhammad Ali. Yeah, don't make another boxer come stunt upon you and it's not your son. You can train him, but don't say nothing wrong with that. The boy say him want to fight, make the boy fight. Even if you think the boy is a nerdiest and him could have never got through the training you got through. Because let's be honest, Mike Tyson was a perfect candidate for MK Ultra. Alright? You could have de-patternized him and patternized him again. Right? And him was very open to hypnosis. So, Brody, you need to train your son. And me sure if you gotta tell your son no. Look how much people tell you no Mike Tyson. Look how much people say that mother will never be don't you worry shit. Do not tell your son no and don't deny your son. It's not a good feeling. Especially for a child. I would think that you want your legacy be left. And yes, Mike Tyson legacy will be left, but you have a son. Him want to carry on your legacy. You think him want be at your funeral in the obituary and him at the, not the altar, the podium crying about the fact that his father never even teach him what everybody they love him for. Everybody love him for fighting. People in the UFC is admiring you. People who don't box admire you. And your son, part of your balls is saying him want go into it and you're saying no. That is not right, Mike Tyson. If I was your wife, I would say, honey, you're going to have to train him. You want your son go to another gym and make another man train him. And then this nigga gonna be like, yeah, I trained Mike Tyson's son. Mike Tyson, even though he's a great boxer, he didn't believe in his son. I did. So it just comes to show you, men may box, but when it comes to their sons, they beat the fuck out of them, right? You want other people to talk shit about how them train your son because you said no. And then you're cussing about loyalty. Brody, teach the man what you need to teach him. Maybe one medal to him is a world championship belt. When him say one stop. If I was your wife, Mike Tyson, I would say, teach your son how to box. No, we pay for private school. No pussy. You're not getting no pussy for two. As long as you don't teach this little boy for boxing, you're not getting no pussy from him, Mike Tyson. None. Lock off. Teach your son. Don't tell him, don't deny him. You're his biggest hero. And let's face it, when it comes on to boxing, who greater than you? Who really alive greater than you? So your son can't even say, yeah, I box like my dad, but I admire this man. Brody, the guy admire you. Him want to walk in your footsteps. Again, maybe you don't seem as such a confident guy or aggressive guy. That is up to his fist to judge. You can't pass on the tradition. That was the joy of having kids. People leave kids them companies all the time. You can be a trainer. At one point, you're going to have to sit down. And you're going to have to watch. Make sure before you're dead, you watch your son fight. And don't put no fear in him head. I'ma know what you're saying. Yes, him don't ready for it. Okay, make him decide it. You just be him guide. Since you have the experience. Okay? Anyways, Pisces. I'm not sure if that's for any adults or people of... My pass a place today. It said gym. Co-head and females. What the fuck that mean? Co-head meant male and females. No, it's a male co-head and females. What the fuck that mean? male, co-head, and females. Okay, first of all, you never need to use male or female because it said co-head. So if male and co-heads are welcome there, what the fuck is females? What if, cause anyways, so for all parents out there, I'm just saying, look how Beyonce brought her daughter. Beyonce never tell Blue Ivy that no, I don't want you to be a part of any production. Stay backstage. Don't do anything. She bring her daughter up on stage with her, performing with her on her shows, everything. Do the same for your son, Mike Tyson. You see how DMX son is? DMX, you're lucky your son don't like it like DMX son. Alright, Pisces, let's go ahead and see what we have in the reading for you, Pisces. Let's go. Pisces, first card out is a Chariot. So I'm getting something about the police, getting something about the cops. Could be Chariot. Maybe your father was in the military. You want to be in the military. Your father was a police. You want to be a police officer. Getting something about a Cancer. So I'm getting something. Maybe you want to follow in your mom's footsteps since Cancer is the female. But I'm getting something about the police. It could be Secret Service. Yeah, but 10 of Wands. I'm getting, yeah, somebody feel... Okay, so I'm getting the police. Is the police harassing you? Do you feel... Or I'm getting the police is under pressure. Someone's under pressure here. Is a Cancer, a police officer. It could be something about race. Something is racial. But me getting the police force or some type of security, or I don't know if this is FBI, CIA. I'm getting under pressure about something. We have about 3 of Pentacles, something about business that was exposed. I'm not sure who you're working with, but I'm getting the business contract on the had. I'm getting something is getting exposed. So this could be something about corrupt police officers. Something about all of y'all knew something. But me getting the secret is getting harder and harder to keep. Or I'm getting a Cancer. A Cancer is being questioned. And them saying, listen, I can't, this is too much for me alone to carry right now. Ooh, oh my God, the Chariot. Yeah, I'm getting whoever this is that's getting interrogated. I'm getting somebody break under pressure. I'm getting is like, this look like a Cancer. It could be a Pisces. Something about a Pisces police officer. Alright. Now we also have the Ace of Cups. What's happening? We also have the Sun card. Okay, so I'm getting some... Is this somewhat a police officer? I'm getting somebody's in love with you. Somebody's in love with a police officer. I'm getting a Cancer. If it's not a Cancer, it's a Pisces. I'm getting something is becoming too hard for you. Is it something about you have to walk away from whatever job you're doing in order to pursue this woman? Because I'm getting something is contradicting or something is conflict of interest. I'm getting a Leo. So maybe a Leo was working with police to lock you up or something like that. Or I'm getting the Leo give some police officers information to watch you and the Leo end up falling in love with you. The Cancer Pisces Scorpio gave them information. But I'm getting a police officer is in love with you, Pisces. It's a Cancer, it's a Pisces, a Scorpio. Somewhat a police. Let's go around again. We also have the 5 of Cups. So I'm getting something went wrong. What went wrong? Something went wrong. I'm getting maybe somebody's waiting for you to reach out. Maybe somebody waiting for you to reconsider a job. Something they wanted to give to you. I'm getting a lot of love here. But I'm getting somebody finding it so hard to even like if somebody wants to say I love you, it's like them going to say sup. I don't know. It's like you find it. Maybe it's a job where you do. Your job requires you to be very cold and you don't use even though you're emotional, you appeal to people. You can be emotional in the job. If you're responding to a domestic dispute, the two parties are emotional, but you as a police cannot be. Maybe you got denied for the police force. It could be that you got denied. Alright. Yeah, we have a death card or something about a Scorpio's death. Yeah, I'm getting something away heavy on you. Something about a Scorpio. Something about the death. It could be a death of a police officer or the death that police officers are covering. I'm getting you're saying I can't keep the secret anymore. Yeah, we have the 3 of Swords. I'm getting is a Leo. A Leo is about to break. Someone's about to break. Or I'm getting something about did somebody pass? I'm getting it's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So maybe somebody passing might bring a conversation for you and somebody else to come together. Getting somebody police. Alright. We have the Runner. running in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, or maybe you don't know that somebody you're dating is a police officer. That's why you don't get to, you might not get to, but some of these police officers are, when them can't leave the job, them taking the job to your house. We have kisses, unconditional, loving, giving and receiving affection. And we also have healing heart. We're also getting somebody became a police officer. We're getting somebody saw something online and the injustice that happened, it inspired them to become a police officer. So maybe somebody had to become a police officer to come back and fix something. Come, we're getting there's freedom here. It's like somebody went through law school to get you out of prison. Come, we're getting a deal went wrong with a Leo, with some police. Maybe the Leo had no choice. The police didn't want you to give over somebody. Maybe you said no. Or we're getting time up. The time's up. Or something like that. I'm going to leave it here, Pisces. Until next time. Bye.